How's it going? So we'll do a quick research because I mean people just keep panicking about programming jobs and developer jobs. And I already covered this topic multiple times, but I'll do a live analysis of whether there is a threat to tech sector developers. Okay. So before we go into it, right, I will explain you something. Okay, so I'll give you a quick explanation. A basketball team, like I'll give you a metaphor of basketball team, right? Basketball team has 15 players, sometimes a little bit more, but most of the time it's 15, right? Now they have 6 core players that get to play all the time. They cannot afford to lose them. The team cannot afford to lose them, and they have 6 core bench players. Again, very very important. Not as important as these guys, but very very important. And then you have whatever, which is like 1/5 of your team. Now, these dudes here are not important to the company. Okay? So if you're planning to be this dude here, who's just gonna sit there and scratch his bollocks, your job is always under threat. Always. It doesn't matter whether it's booming, it doesn't matter whether it's a recession, you are always under fire because you are a luxury stock. Do you understand? Like the company or whatever, the team doesn't really need you, but kind of just good to have. So when shit hits the fan, I don't know, they want to hire some kind of superstar, they want to do something, right? You will be the first to go. Sometimes company hire interns hoping that they could turn into superstars. They never do. So they just let them go. Okay? So I'll show you some examples. Well, maybe we should go into... No, I suppose I'll probably go through this first, because it's probably very important to understand. Look, Amazon fired in 2022 67. They were down 67,000 employees. I think. Look, quarter two 2020, they were down 100,000 employees. Nobody reported on this thing because there were other things to talk about, like the invasion of Ukraine. I think was the big thing back then, right? Look, quarter one 2022, minus 27,000. Where did all these employees go? Right? But now all of a sudden they fire 5,000 people. It's all over the news. The media wants to scare you. I told you many times. Take it with a pinch of salt. You need to do your own due diligence, and that's what we're gonna do right now, right? These companies by size are still growing because I mean it's Microsoft, Amazon, Google. They provide essential services. All right. So to calm you down, we'll check. We'll do a check, right? Look. So this is 9th of March 2020. Let's look at Nasdaq. Stock. So this is, yeah, so this is here. Right? So this is when I was kind of checking them, kind of sampling them. Okay? And now we're gonna check what are those numbers today. We're probably not gonna do USA. I don't think we need to do USA, right? Okay, so let's check. 1 sec. Okay, so let's check it out. So this is like roughly 4 years difference, right? Okay, so let's look at JavaScript. 1.7 thousand jobs. Let's look at JavaScript and jobs. Let's do this. 3,226. Okay. This in here. Okay, so we have this divided by this minus 1. Oh, whoops. This divided by this. Minus 1, right? Yeah, you have to do minus 1. And then that's it. Okay, so there are twice as many jobs now as for JavaScript, right? As it was back then. So let's look at Python. Again, same thing. Almost double the jobs. Let's just do all of them real quick. Three, 5, 4, 1. SQL is for data scientists. What is Frank looking for? Huh? HTML is for our front-end guys. Holy shit. Ah, what a crease. Look at this. Let's see, 3552. C++, that's for software developers. Now everybody's gonna emigrate to Ireland. They'll be like, oh my god, that's where the jobs are. Okay, Swift. I don't even know what that language is, honestly. No idea. Could be outdated language. Ruby on Rails. 582. 582. Ruby is roughly the same. 614. PHP. Okay, so let's do. Okay, everything is up except for this language here. Like literally everything doubled. Everything. So if you're asking me based on this, like, are there any problems in tech? No. Like, you guys like watch news and they think it's like, you know, the world's gonna come to an end. It's not. It's just like they have to report scary stuff, so you're gonna read it. They can't tell you, oh, there are more jobs now in the. Like, how many of you are gonna read, oh, the tech sector has now doubled the jobs since 2024? Now that's one. Or Ukraine, Russia's planning nuclear strike. Which one do you think you're gonna click? The nuclear strike one, of course. That's why it's being reported. Okay. All right, jobs in the European Union. Let's go. Let's go! So it's the same shizzle, only we change this to... Do I do... European Union? Okay, so we do European Union. So 38120 Australia. Whoopsie. But the question is, did I use European Union or did I use European Economic Area? I think I used European Economic Area. I suspect. I think I did this. European Economic Area. I think it's this one here. Well, let's go to European Union. Let's see what's up. I just do this. Okay, so this is done. You have to remember that PHP is a not the best language. PHP is kind of like a, I don't know, it's a... I wouldn't say it's like, it's still a language, but I mean, it's kind of like, most people are using Python or Java on the back end, like .NET stuff, you know. PHP is kind of like, it's probably the reason why this one is down, because I mean, it's just an old language, you know. It's like I'm expecting TypeScript to, well, TypeScript will never overtake JavaScript because JavaScript is the core language. But generally, like by key term, I think TypeScript is just superior, you know, because you can't really do front end without TypeScript anymore, because it's just such a good addition to the stack. It avoids so many problems. But I mean, guys, like, look at this. Like, it's just like it's almost triple in. It's even better in European Union than Ireland. Like, look at these numbers. Like, it's insane. Yeah, so it's almost exactly the same situation here, is it? Look, this one. HTML 2.5 times increase. SQL more than doubled. This one almost tripled. Python almost tripled. So where's the problem? $225. Yeah, this is a dead language basically. But what is this? What is this language even do? Programming language. Did they stop releases or what? First appeared, okay. Apple Inc. La la la. When was the last release? Screw it, I don't want to look into this redundant shit, you know. Who gives a damn? It's probably I'm not even gonna use it ever. Now this one is down a bit, but I think it's because TypeScript is implied sometimes. You see some languages, like for example CSS, and if you type front end, for example, right, it's implied that you know HTML and CSS. So sometimes like companies just don't even write it because it's a waste of time. That's why maybe the numbers are a little bit lower, you know. So Go, look, Go is like, holy smokes, it's like crazy numbers. But I mean, look, if you just look at the average, it's like doubled, everything doubled on average. Now let's do USA just for the fun. Maybe the problem isn't there, you know. I doubt it. I heard that. But let's see. Okay, so we need to swap to USA. Yeah, we're gonna get big numbers here, I think. We possibly want to do this a little faster. Like so. Because you want to minimize like the mouse movement, you know. Minimize the mouse movement. Python is actually doing really well as a language. Really well. But it's the reason for that is because it's easy. It's very easy language to learn. But I mean, you can kind of already get the idea, right? I mean, I just don't see any problem at all. Calm your tits, gang. Ain't no problem. There's no fire. Whoopsie. I'll do it later. Honestly, I'll just do the whole thing and then... So is Swift dead in USA as well? Let's see. Yeah, it's dead in USA as well. Look at this drop, 356. Yeah, it's not a good language. Wait, I found one time the channel that was like pitching Fortran, or Fortran is like a dead language. Let me just check it real quick. Oh my god, it's still going. Holy moly. Fortran is like super old language. Fortran. Oh my god, it's such an old language. 67 years ago. I think it's because large databases are running. I have no idea why this language is still alive. I think it's because it's maybe like some government infrastructure or have so much code in it that it's just way too expensive to remove it. So that's why they're still running it, you know. But guys, look, there are jobs for Fortran developers. And you're telling me that a JavaScript, Python developer or Java developer is gonna lose his job? Are you shitting me? Like, are you kidding me? Yeah, probably needs to. Do this. 477. My apologies. My man. Okay, so the only ones that were bad were Ruby, R, and Swift. Everything else, like JavaScript doubled, CSS, HTML almost tripled, C++ tripled. So I mean, like, what's the problem? Where's the problem? Okay, I'll link this in the description below so you can see for yourself and check it out. And yeah, so based on my analysis, there is no problem. Everything is strong. Demand for developers is good. But again, I'm gonna stress out, if you're planning to be this guy here, this is not gonna help you. Because you want to be minimum here, okay? Like minimum here. All of this applies to these guys. These guys, I have no idea what to do if you're this guy. Because I mean, if you're really not interested, do you know what I mean? Then just maybe find something that is more interesting to do. because you're just not gonna be able to put in the hours, if you know what I mean. Okay, but based on analysis, I mean, there is no problem. Okay, take care, bye bye.